Hello, Steve White, Trekboy89, Steve Arts89. Well, please forgive my voice. It is 4 a.m. in Australia and I'm tired, but I kind of was getting annoyed at this article and I finally want to do a video on it. It's been out for days. Actually, no, it hasn't. I've been seeing people talking about the subject though. Okay. Um, Basically, Gizmodo did an article by a guy called James Whitbrook titled "Our Fascination with Canon is Killing the Way We Value Stories." Now, this did kind of annoy me, what he said, and I had a bit of a look through the article. I wasn't going to say anything about it because it's kind of a big argument. It's kind of a big discussion, canon, and all the way it's being violated in Hollywood and different franchises, Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, She-Ra, just any franchise that was like established 10, 20, 30 years ago that is being rebooted or continuing is sort of having its canon abandoned or ignored and dismissed, and there's a big backlash from all the fan bases. And instead of listening to this and realizing there's a problem, the media, the studios, the producers are using the media to attack the fans and say, oh, it's all your fault. You're just toxic. And this is another one of those articles which is basically saying fans who value canon are toxic and they're the problem and they're ruining the fan base. That's the basic gist of it. And it's just offensive and annoying. And I sort of wasn't sure what I was going to say. And then I saw another video that I had from ages ago, someone talking about whether Star Trek Discovery was canon. And my response to that, maybe I want to do a video about this. My response to that was basically canon is what the fans observe it is and say it is. It's not what random producers say it is, because they are just temporary. They come, they go, they're frivolous, they're hostile, they're inconsistent. Fans, we are there for the long run. Like Star Trek, I've been watching that my whole life. I know more about that than the people producing the show. And a lot of fans know more than the people creating it. And those people are intimidated by that, frustrated by that, intimidated so much by that, that they have to just throw it out, start all over again, and then when people have a problem with that, oh, it's your fault for being so attached to the canon. It's just annoying as hell. And this latest article, he does have a couple of points because he focuses on some, and he does what most people do when they just want to prove a point. They just exaggerate and just take the total extreme one side of the case and then just argue that and not listen to anything in between or any of the subtleties of the other side's argument or the look at the whole issue. And the only thing he says that I can sort of get with is that people who adhere to canon too much, too harshly, who focus solely on the events and the facts, like their knowledge is more valuable than the story or the characters or people's experience of it, kind of ruin it. And that is true, but that is only true for the few extreme cases. And I've met a couple of these people. You meet them in the fan base. They do exist. And they're all about, well, I know this fact, so therefore it just overrules anything you could say about the story or the characters or anything because I know this fact. And it's their way of owning their sort of molehill on that. And there are these gatekeeping, toxic troll fans out there. But they are the minority. They are one or two random nut jobs. The general fans aren't like that, and their value of canon is legitimate because canon is the structure, the history. It's what stabilizes the franchise, what the franchise is built on. It's what makes you feel secure. It's like, I know this history of this character in this Starfleet or Doctor Who, the Time Lords. I understand all this, so it has meaning to me. There are when these things are threatened, when things are being changed or some villain is threatening like Starfleet or something, you understand that it just puts meaning to everything. It makes everything, it just it's hard to explain why it's so important, but without it, it is meaningless. Like it doesn't matter if a character dies because there'll just be another one. There'll be another reality, another version. Oh, that's not the real version. Oh, I mean, you spend so many years investing time in a reality, a story, a universe, a world, and then someone comes along and says, "Oh, that doesn't matter. This matters now. What I'm writing, what I'm producing, what's on at the moment, what you have to pay for now matters. Not what you grew up with, not what you know, not what you studied, not what made you love this character or this show. It's just what we're doing now. It's all business. It's cold. It's exploitative. It's just condescending. There's just so many problems with it, and it is too big an issue to go into in this video because I cannot talk it out. I'm already losing my voice. But yes, I read the article. I agree, has a point with some individuals and extremists. Fan extremists, of course, are toxic, and every group has that sort of fringe. But it doesn't disqualify canon as a whole. It doesn't make it wrong, useless, a waste. Just that's all I can say. Just canon has value. Canon, history, knowledge of all these things matter, and you don't need to know everything about it to enjoy it. You can just enjoy the individual stories and the characters and their experiences and your own experience of it and the visceral element, all that. But the facts, the history, all that matters as well. So I'm just going to say that and leave it at that because I'm sort of working on a bigger video about canon and the problems and just there'll be more specific. This is more of a general, I can't believe they're saying this, blah, blah, blah. They're using one example, one extreme example to, attack a whole community, a whole group. And that never works. Has that ever worked? No. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Please comment. I'm bored. I like to read comments. I'm in quarantine. I don't have a lot to do. I'm running out of work. I'm going to go. Thanks. Bye.